Hey, hello everyone, welcome back. My day's really good, it's also your day's really good. But guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a Auto Rebirth system, where when you click here, you get some clicks. You can select the one rebirth for 100 clicks, and if I click, nothing happens. But what I can do is I can turn it on, and when it's turned on, it suddenly just disappears and I get one rebirth. Same happens, and then it increases every single time. So if I get to 150, it should just give me another rebirth, and there we go. So now I'll show you how to make it. So the first thing we want to do is to add a script into the server script service, and inside that script we're just going to call this main script. So we're going to write the data store service equals game get service data store service. Data store equals data store service get data store data 1. Game.players.player added connect function plr. Local success comma table equals pico function return data store get async plr.name dot. There we go, and we can just set a question mark in it and plr.user id. If table is nil, then that means if the player is, if it's a new player, then we want the main module, so main module dot player added plr.name comma table. We can just copy this. Now, so this is if it's not nil, that means if the player isn't new, then we activate this with the table if the player is new. So equals nil, then, and this changed nil, then we want to make a new like data for him, for the player. So then here we can just write local main module equals script require script wait for child main module, and underneath we're going to write game.players.player removing connect function plr local success comma table equals pico function local function save data current data return main module dot player stats plr.name. Underneath we're going to write return data store update async plr.name dot then the question mark dot plr.user id, and then comma save data without the brackets. Okay, so if success, so if it has been saved, then just main module dot player stats plr.name should be equals to nil, and we can just print saved data. So then we can actually add some events. So inside the replicated storage, we're gonna add some remote functions. We're gonna call this click event. We're gonna duplicate it, copy paste it, name this get rebirths, and this one, the next one, selected rebirth. There we go. Inside the main script, we're gonna add a module script. We're gonna call this main module, and we can just change the name here. There we go. So inside the main module, we're gonna write main module dot player stats, so the stats where it's saved. We're gonna make a new table function main module dot player added, then the name comma table. So if the table is nil. So if it's a new player, then the main module dot player stats name should be equals to this. So that this makes a new table. We can just copy paste it. So just write this only the main module player stats name. And we're gonna write rebirths should be equals to 0. And we can just do it again. Then call this clicks equals to 0. Or you know what? We can add 100 just for starter coins. Then we can do it again. Main module player stats name. Make a new one. Auto Rebirths equals, and then new table. Enabled should be equals to false. Or yeah, false. And then chosen should be equals to 0. And remember to add these. I don't know, I remember what. Semicolons, I think. Yeah. And then else, if it's not a new player, then main module dot player stats name should be equals to table. Right here we can add the leaderboard. So local function g leaderboards leader stats. So global leader stats. There we go. LG local leader stats equals instance.new folder leader stats.name should be equals to leader stats. Leader stats.parent should be equals to game.players and the name. There we go. Local coins should be equals to instance.new int value. Coins.name should be equals to clicks. Wait, what? No, what are you doing? Change this to clicks too. There we go. Clicks.parent should be equals to leader stats. Then local rebirths should be equals to instance.new int value. Rebirths.name should be equals to rebirths. And rebirths.parent should be equals to leader stats. And we can write and then we can write main module dot update stats game.players and then just the name. There we go. Okay, so and then right here we want to activate, so GL and brackets. There we go. And then we can just print loaded stats. Underneath, that's this. We're gonna make the update stats function. So function main module dot update stats plr dot leader stats dot rebirths dot value should be equals to main module dot player stats plr dot name dot rebirths. We can just copy, paste it, and change this to clicks. And we can change this to clicks. There we go. Underneath, we're gonna add the rebirth. So this is where the whole system works. Where the whole system is going to. This is where we're gonna script the whole system. So local rebirths equals, and we're gonna make a new table. So the first one in the table, we want this to give this to be 1 rebirth. So rebirth equals 1. This semicolon, I think. Then cost should be equals to 100. So 100 clicks. And then remember the semicolon at the end again. There we go. And we can just copy it. Let's say, there you go. So we can change this to number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. This should give 5 rebirths, 10 rebirths, 15, 20, 25. This will cost 500, 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500. Okay, so underneath we're going to write function clicks. Go. PLR, comma on off. Go. So local PLR stats, so player stats, equals main module dot player stats PLR dot name. Local clicks equals 1 plus brackets again 1 times PLR stats dot rebirths. So this is where we where one click gives you one click, but the more rebirths you have, the more clicks you get. So you actually get one click plus 1 times PLR stats. So if you have zero rebirths, it's going to give you 1 click. If you have 2, it's going to give you 2. If you have 3, it's going to give you 3, etc. Just like this. Then we're going to write PLR stats dot auto rebirths dot enabled should be equals to on off PLR stats dot clicks should plus equals clicks if PLR stats dot auto rebirths dot enabled then and rebirth. Go and PLR. So this is where we're going to make a new function. It's going to be called rebirth. So then main module dot update stats PLR. So underneath this is where we have our rebirth function. So function rebirth PLR. So local new table equals, there we go. We can just take this again up here in the click function, copy and paste. There we go. And here we're going to make a loop or a for loop. So for I come with the table in pairs rebirths, do if toString table dot rebirth equals PLR stats dot auto rebirths dot chosen. Then I'm actually making it a toString because I had some problems with it before where it couldn't see what one and one was. Like it couldn't it's a toString because when I tried to make it, when I wrote if 1 equals 1, then continue the script, but it couldn't figure it out. I don't know why, so I just changed it to a toString and now it works. So I'm going with that. So if PLR stats dot clicks is bigger or equals to brackets table dot cost times brackets again 1 plus brackets again PLR stats dot rebirths divided by 2, then PLR stats dot rebirths should be plus equals PLR stats dot auto rebirths dot chosen, and PLR stats dot clicks should be equals to 0. And then we can break it right here, break, and right underneath this for loop we're going to return update table and PLR stats. Then write okay, so then right, let's put it right over here, right over the rebirth function. So function update table PLR stats local new table equals, then actually you can just what can we do? We can just write for I comma table in pairs rebirths do local new price equals brackets table dot cost times brackets 1 plus brackets ploy stats dot rebirths divided by 2, and new table I equals rebirths. Rebirth, not rebirths, so not with an S at the end. Rebirth equals table dot rebirth and semicolons again. Cost equals new price. I really don't know what they're called. I'm gonna search it up afterwards. Then return new table. So all the way after the rebirth function, we're gonna write game.replicate storage dot click event dot on server invoke equals clicks. Game.replicate storage dot get rebirths dot on server invoke equals rebirth, but the brackets of course, and game.replicate storage selected rebirth dot on server invoke equals function ploy comma rebirth. There we go, and we're gonna write main module dot player stats ploy dot name dot auto rebirth dot chosen should be equals to rebirth. Where is it called? Rebirth. There we go. And then we can just right here we can return true. There we go. Okay, so now if we so if you go into the video description, I've added a link to a UI that I made, so you can just quickly take it. So I'm just gonna paste it in very quickly. Give me 5 seconds. There we go. Paste it in. There we go. That's the UI. Okay, so now if we go into it, there we go. We can add a local script right here, right into the main GUI. And inside this, it's not going to be long. Local ploy equals game.players.local player. Local click event equals game.replicate storage wait for child click event. So function get rebirths brackets local rebirth table equals game.replicate storage.get rebirths invoke server. So here we're going to update tables and add a and if there isn't any like frames yet, we're going to add them. So local function get frame v for I comma table in pairs rebirth table do if string dot match v dot name comma to string table dot rebirth, then v dot text label dot text should be equals to table dot rebirth dot for space dot table dot cost dot and then space clicks, and then we can just break it. So we're gonna add a break. So here we're gonna add for I comma v in pairs script dot parent dot rebirth frame get children do if v is a frame, then get frame v. There we go. If hashtag script dot parent dot rebirth frame get children is equals to 1. So if there's only one, that means if there's only this UI grid layout, then we're gonna add the new frames. So for I comma table in pairs rebirth table do local template equals script dot parent dot template clone template dot name should be equals to table dot rebirth dot rebirth template dot text label dot text should be equals to table dot rebirth dot again for space again, dot dot table dot cost dot dot, and then space, and then clicks. Template dot visible should be equals true, and template dot parent should be equals to script dot parent dot rebirth frame. Whew. Then underneath we're gonna make a small function again. Local function, function click event invoke server on. We can write it over here. We're gonna write local on equals false. There you go. So function on off. This is where we turn on and off the auto rebirth. So if not on, then on should be equals to true. Else on should be equals to false. Underneath we're just gonna write get rebirths. So we're gonna activate the function, and then script.parent.text button mouse button one click connect script.parent.on off button mouse button one click connect on off, and ploy.leader stats rebirths changed connect get rebirths. So here, if the rebirths have changed, then we're just gonna get the rebirths again. So we're gonna update the table or the frame. Then if we go inside the template, we have like a text button right here. We're gonna add a local script to it. There we go. And we're gonna write script.parent.mouse button one click connect function. Local str equals script.parent.parent.name. Local new str comma replaced equals string dot gsub str comma rebirth comma this. So what we do is str big S, there we go. So what we do is we take the string, so the script.parent.name. So if this is one, it's called one rebirth. We find the rebirth, the text rebirth. We find the rebirth text, so one rebirth. We find rebirth. There we go. We have rebirth, and we replace it with nothing, and then we just have one left, like number one. Then local selected equals game.replicate storage.selected rebirth invoke server new str. If selected, then so if it's returned true, then for I comma v in pairs script.parent.parent.parent get children do if v is a frame, go, then v.text button dot text should be equals to select, and then when right here we're going to write script.parent.text should be equals to selected. So what we can do now, we can publish to Roblox as and then I'm gonna publish to Roblox as yeah, I'm just gonna replace it in a game. So I'm just gonna replace this one. There you go, replaced. There we go. And now if we press play, this should work. We should have, yeah, the stats click. Look at that, the 1 rebirth, 5 rebirths, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so if we click, nothing happens. Let's select the 1 rebirth for 1 clicks. Select it. What happens? Nothing. But why? Because we haven't turned it on. So we press the on off. You can't see it, I haven't added the visuals. You can just do it if you want to. And then if we click, there we go. It got replaced. And I'm just going to take a auto click. There we go. 1 millisecond. Thank you. And there we go. It's activated. And boom. Auto click. There we go. It works. Perfect. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it works. I hope you can use it. And remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.